So we're on the fourth one, Phantasm Oblivion. In this one, everybody's old as shit and they're romping around the desert this time. How'd you
This
like it?
this time they've got a lot less money to work with. It you can tell the quality is not quite there. They do what they can. A lot of it's shot out in the desert, and
Luckily,
it's
there was a whole bunch of unused footage from the first movie.
hmm yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of flashback scenes, and at first I was like, hey, I don't remember that from the first movie. So yeah, so this was unused footage. Okay, that explains a lot. And they did meld that in pretty well to progress this story. So this story is kind of like two movies, one good, one pointless. One of them has old Michael, and he's learning a bit about the tall man. And it seems like the tall man wants him to be the new tall man, but not really because he's still trying to kill him, but won't let him kill himself. But I don't know. It's kind of confusing, but we do learn that, like to me, the interesting shit was old Jebediah Morningside. He's like learning about time travel and quantum physics, and he goes into this other dimension or other world or whatever. And then that's it. He's done. He comes
Never
back, and it's
comes back.
the tall man is
Fuck.
in his place.
It looks like he
And,
had a stroke or
and
Bell's
I
palsy
thought
or
that
some
would have
shit.
been cool. Like have a movie just about Jebediah Morningside and then see his fate on the other side of that dimensional barrier or whatever. I thought that would have been real cool. But instead, we got Reggie because he's a part of this franchise from the beginning, and people expect to see fucking Reggie. But his storyline is just shit. This is him rolling around. He meets another woman that he tries to be inappropriate with. Hasn't learned from all the fucking other movies that these are not women. These are I don't know, the tall man himself or the tall man's minions that just
I
got done.
mean, Rocky was a woman, you fucking racist.
That's true, I guess. Um, and this one, the tall man, with his sense of humor, hides those sentries. They're called sentries, Tom, not sentinels. Hides some sentinels, sentries in her tits. And
I mean, it was just a play on the breast implants that were popular at the time.
hmm
A little ribbon on the square, as they say.
yeah, I liked half of this movie a whole lot. I said the shit with Reggie, I didn't care for at all, but I thought the other half was pretty fucking good. I was surprised because I wasn't expecting much.
So, the main thing I took away from this viewing, I've seen this one a few times. I've seen them all a few times, though. It's when Reggie goes to open the trunk of the fucking police car. There's like some dude in a really, really, really bad makeup. And then behind him, there's a dude in a really, really, really good makeup. What happened? I mean, I know what happened, but I'm not gonna say anything. Maybe somebody was doing a favor, and the other one they just did what they could with the money they had. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Maybe the person who was doing the favor had a lot more resources and a lot more experience than the person who was just helping out where they could because they were a team player. But these makeups are so starkly different. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't in the same shot, let alone the same scene. But it's it's weird. I'm not talking shit, not trying to talk shit about anybody's skill level or talent. It's jarring, I think the word would be. So yeah, that's what stuck out this time around on this watch. And this is also the one where we get the classic cut me down meme. Only in the fucking internet version it goes on a lot longer. And I always laugh when I see that one too. Cut me down. No! Cut me down. No! Cut me down. No! It's great. Always funny.
Yeah, I read that some fellows chipped in and said, "Hey, we're gonna help you out with some special effects." So that was mighty nice of them, Tom, to come in and make the other person look bad. But yeah, I also read that they were supposed to do a big movie that Roger Avery was writing the script for, and
The
this
post
was
apocalyptic
yeah, and
with the
this was
little
supposed to
monkey.
be just some filler until they could make that one, and that would have been cool, but that never happened.
Yeah,
But
it was a post-apocalyptic thing with Reggie in an eye patch, and he had like a little monkey sidekick. Bruce Campbell was going to be in it. They had like drawings and shit for like a Hemi tank and stuff, which I'll get to next week. But
mm,
yeah, that just kind of fell apart, and they made Bubba Hotep, and then they said, "Hey, while everybody's still here, let's make a let's make a Phantasm web series." And we'll get to that next week, Joe.
yeah, this one I don't think I'd recommend it to anybody that's not a Phantasm or even a horror fan. You know, it's not a horror movie. It doesn't come off that way to me. This is more verging on science fiction, I guess. Um, but yeah, if you're a fan of the other movies, this is good and you'll dig it. But if you're not, there's no point in watching it.
Strangely enough, this is the first Phantasm movie I've seen.
Really?
So it was definitely jarring and everything, but I was like, no, I was all right. I'm gonna go watch the other ones. Granted, it's better once you watch the other one
Yeah.
if you're watching them in a row.
Hmm.
Excuse me, but yeah. I mean, I watched it and fucking I dig the movies and all that shit. So definitely wouldn't recommend it as your first one, but I could definitely see why people wouldn't like this fucking thing too, because it is definitely only for people who fucking like Phantasm and seen the other movies.
Yeah. But that said, we are 4 for 4. I'd say, you know, that's 4 solid entries, and that's the most consistency we've gotten from anything I think we've reviewed since we started doing these series of films, franchises, or whatever you may want to call
Yeah, unfortunately, I remember hating the next one. I can't remember if I put it on the worst of the year list, the worst that it came out. Knowing me, I probably did some bullshit and gave it an honorable mention just because I like the franchise so much. But I'm hoping I was wrong, Joe, and it was just shock of seeing it the first time. But you're definitely in for something, Joe. You're